Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Happy, healthy, whole. Today we are going to talk about church hurt. Church hurt is something that you will hear a lot of Christians say, and that it'll be their reason for leaving a particular church. They may not necessarily title it church hurt, but it'll be their reason for, I stopped going to that church because. And it's because they got their feelings hurt about something that may have made sense and something that may not have made sense at all. I'm going to share this story with you that my father had told me. My father told me this story just in July of this year. That was just a few months ago. But when he told this story, honey, he told this story with such conviction, like this had just happened to him yesterday. Mind you, my daddy is 70 years old, and this happened to him in his 40s, okay? But he gets to church late one Sunday, and he's going to one of these mega churches in Atlanta, and he gets to church late. They put a warning sticker on his car because he parked illegally. He wasn't even in a parking space. He was like parked on the white lines outside of a parking space that was clearly marked for no parking. So he parks there. The security at this mega church sees his car. He puts a warning sticker on the window of the car to let him know, hey, don't park here anymore. If you do this again, your car will be towed. Nothing wrong with that. That man was doing his job. My dad, however, had arrived at church late, parked where he wanted to park, and used the fact that he was trying to get in and commune with God as an excuse to parking that way. Okay, so he is telling me this story. And you know why I left church back in 1990, whatever? No, Daddy, tell me why you left that church. I got to church late one Sunday, and I parked in an illegal parking space. I was in an illegal parking space, but they had the nerve to put a warning sticker on my windshield that I couldn't even get off. I'm trying to scrape and get this off of my window. I said, I'm not coming back to this church because all I was trying to do was get in and commune with God. "30 years later, he is still mad about that." Really? That's an example of church hurt. People get hurt by something that has happened at the church. Now, it might not even be something directly from the pastor or the bishop or the members. It could be something as simple as a warning label on their car for them parking illegally. Church hurt. I have experienced what other people would consider church hurt here recently at church. And I'm going to tell you how to deal with this whole church hurt thing. This church hurt thing should not stop you from going to church, however. If it does, okay, fine. That's you or whatever. My dad has bounced around from church to church to church, the pastor to bishop, the pastor to bishop, the pastor to bishop, all because he gets church hurt at a particular place to where now he doesn't even go to anybody's church. He's his own pastor. Okay? Church hurt. Now, my bishop, after service, will come down in front of the church and he'll shake hands, for a brief amount of time after the service or whatnot. And every Sunday, he is shake my hand up until about 5 or 6 Sundays ago. He just stopped shaking my hand. Okay. I don't know what I did. I didn't intentionally do anything. If I did do something that may have come across offensive or abrasive in any kind of way, because I never even really speak to him. Like when he does shake my hand, I'll say like, have a good day or be safe out there, because he's going from like service to service to service and preaching at 4 different locations. So like anytime I did shake his hand, it would always be something just very run of the mill as far as anything I would say to him. Or I'd say, oh, I see you over there with your Louis V shoes on, or something like, just admiring his swag, or just be like, have a good day, be safe, be careful, take care of yourself, just the random things that people say when they see people or when they shake hands with people, just random greetings. So about 5 Sundays ago, maybe 6 now, I don't know, he stopped shaking my hand intentionally. Like he would hold the person that was like right in front of me, hold their hand just a little bit too long, so I would walk on by, or he would take both of his hands and put them on the person that was like over to the other side. And so after the first Sunday, I was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. The second Sunday, I realized it was intentional. Third Sunday, I was like, okay. Fourth Sunday, I just stopped reaching my hand out. I just started walking on by and going on to my car, whatever. It didn't bother me. I mean, well, it doesn't bother me. It was just very obvious. But the only thing that kind of coupled it, which was weird, because our church sends out emails. And they'll send out email notifications about different things. And I noticed that I wasn't on the email notification list anymore. I wasn't getting the text about different things. Like they had started back the yoga classes and everything. And people were looking at me. I was like, why you wasn't at yoga? I was like, I didn't get the text. Like I had been deleted from the information blast. It was really, really weird and random. And I don't know what I did. And then I thought back to a time when I was talking to someone that worked in security for this bishop and for other people, had told me, he said that sometime he was like, I'm not saying you. He was like, because I know you're not crazy, or I know you didn't do something. He was like, but sometimes their staff will tell them certain people to avoid because like they're watching you during the sermon. And it was like, and he was like, you make faces and you are you're very expressive with your face at times. And he was like, you don't know, maybe you had made a face while you were out there listening, and maybe one of his security guys took it the wrong way, and it was like, hey, avoid this lady, whatever. Whatever the case may be. Or maybe he saw your face, or maybe he read or misinterpreted something. And what I realized is other people's perception is their reality. So there's nothing that I can do to change that. That is a perception that he has of me now, that I'm someone to avoid or someone's hand to not shake at the end of the service. However, I'm not going to stop going to church. I'm not going to stop that, I'm not going to let that be my church hurt and my reason for not going to church anymore. And I will say this because there is a level of understanding and a level of teaching that comes along with the preaching where I go that gives me kind of a backstory. The backstory, all of the stories that he tells are the same ones that I've heard since I was a lap baby. But he gives context as to what's going on at the time, which was the missing piece for me when I was growing up and why I didn't fully understand what was going on. So I do learn while I'm there. So I'm not going to let the offense of him not shaking my hand at the end of the service keep me from going and learning and continuing to learn. So I will say to people with regards to the whole church hurt issue, if you are experiencing what they consider church hurt, rise above it. So now when the altar call happens, I go ahead and leave. So I leave before he even comes down in front of the church, because whatever I've done to make him uncomfortable, I don't want him to feel uncomfortable, and I don't want to put myself in a position to be offended. So I just leave slightly early, 2 minutes earlier than I would have left, and continue to experience this shunning, so to speak, of the bishop that I don't feel is deserved. But at the same token, I can't determine another person's perception of me. You know, I don't get to I don't get to decide that. I don't get to define that. So I rise above it and I leave 2 or 3 minutes earlier, get in my car, go on, go home. I've still got the word. I still got a better understanding of those biblical stories that I listened to and was told growing up. And I'm a better person all around because of it. Because I didn't let church hurt stop me from communing with God. Rise above church hurt. It's okay. They don't mean to do things. And even if the people do mean to do something, still go to church and get what you need. Because this is about your relationship with God. And this is about you building your level of trust and your level of understanding, not the other person.